The great hall of the Zarkonian Empire was silent. Hundreds of alien commanders stood around a giant screen. The image showed Earth's defense systems, old satellites, slow missiles, and metal warships from the 21st century. Then, the silence broke. The Zarkonian High Commander, Lord Xyrix, let out a loud, cruel laugh. "These humans call this defense?" he said. Another commander added, "Their ships are flying scrap. Their missiles are fireworks." More laughter followed, echoing through the hall like thunder. For the Zarkonians, Earth was a joke, a weak planet with no power. They had conquered over 50 worlds. They had plasma storms, gravity bombs, and star-killer cannons. What could Earth do against them? "Send them a message," Lord Xyrix said. "We are coming. They will bow or burn." On Earth, the leaders sat in the underground command room, deep below Geneva. They had heard the message. It was short and cold. "Zarkonian Empire is coming. Surrender or be destroyed." President Elena Torres looked around the table. Her face was calm, but her voice was strong. "They think we are weak," she said. "They laughed at us." General Harlan nodded. "They don't know the truth." President Torres stood. "Then it's time we show them what we've been hiding. Activate Project Dreadnought." Far away on Mars, under the red dust, a giant machine began to wake up. For over 30 years, humans had secretly built something. Deep inside Mars, hidden from all alien eyes, lay the most powerful warship Earth had ever made. Its name, ESS Titan. It wasn't built by any single nation. It was built by all of Earth, scientists, engineers, and soldiers working together in secret. Titan was Earth's last hope, the weapon built not for war, but for survival. Captain Raina Ward stood at the edge of the Martian launch station, looking at the massive steel door deep in the ground. She was tall, with sharp eyes and a calm face. She had trained her whole life for this moment. "Is it ready?" she asked. "Yes, Captain," replied her second-in-command, Lieutenant Malik. "Titan is alive." The ground began to shake. The steel doors opened slowly, and fire burst into the sky as Titan rose from the underground base. Dust flew everywhere. The sun reflected off the ship's dark silver body. The ESS Titan was not like any Earth ship. It was longer than 5 football fields, with armor made from neutron-hardened alloys. Its weapons were silent for now, but deadly. Rail cannons, plasma turrets, stealth shields. Nothing like this had ever flown before. In the Zarkonian warship, orbiting Jupiter, scanners beeped. "Unknown object rising from Mars," said a confused alien pilot. "Size? Massive. Much larger than anything Earth has." "Impossible. Earth has no such ships." Lord Xyrix stared at the screen. His eyes narrowed. "Zoom in." When he saw Titan, his smile faded. Back on Mars, inside Titan's bridge, Captain Ward gave the command. "Set course. We head for Jupiter. We show them we are not afraid." Lieutenant Malik nodded. Engines at full, all systems green. The ship hummed. Lights flickered across the panels. A deep voice echoed through. The speakers, "Juno online. Welcome, Captain. Juno was Titan's AI, the most advanced machine mind ever built. It could calculate space battles, predict enemy moves, and control the ship faster than any human." Raina sat in the command chair. "Juno, ready weapons. If they want war, they'll get it." Above Earth, people looked at the sky. News spread fast. "A ship has launched from Mars. Earth's secret weapon has been revealed." For the first time, there was hope. In a small home in Kenya, a boy stared at the screen and whispered, "We are not weak." In a mining colony on the moon, workers paused to watch Titan's engine lights streak across the sky. Even in deep space, human outposts picked up the signal. Titan is here. In the dark, cold space near Jupiter, the Zarkonian fleet moved into position. Dozens of warships, ready to strike Earth. But then, from the darkness, a single shape approached. The ESS Titan lit up. Its engines glowed blue. Its railguns turned toward the enemy, and from the Zarkonian fleet, a single voice was heard. "That's no human ship. That's a monster." But it was too late. Titan had arrived. The black space near Jupiter was silent, but tension filled the air. Dozens of alien ships from the Zarkonian fleet floated like sharks in water. Their red lights blinked, and weapons were armed. Then came the Titan, the ESS. Titan moved slowly but powerfully. Its body shined like dark steel, and its engines burned blue fire. Every sensor on every alien ship locked onto it. Inside the Zarkonian command ship, fear began to grow. What kind of ship is that?" one alien asked. "It's human," another said, "but it should not exist." "No," whispered Lord Xerix. "This is not human technology. This is something more." Inside the Titan, Captain Raina Ward sat, straight in the command chair. Her eyes were fixed on the holographic screen in front of her. She saw the enemy fleet, too many ships to count. "Status report," she said. Lieutenant Malik replied quickly. "Shields online. Weapons hot. Juno is scanning all targets." The AI voice, Juno, spoke calmly. "Enemy weapons detected. Preparing countermeasures. All systems optimal." Captain Ward nodded. "Let's show them what Earth has built. Target the lead ship. ESS. Titan's main weapon systems powered up. Rail cannons hummed with magnetic energy. Plasma turrets rotated. Missile pods opened. The Zarkonian fleet still believed they would win. Their commander laughed again. "One ship against our army? Pathetic." Then Titan fired. A loud, deep vibration shook the ship. Blue light flashed. One rail cannon launched a rod of metal at 10 times the speed of sound. It slammed into the enemy lead ship. There was no explosion. The ship just broke apart, like glass. On the Titan's bridge, silence lasted a moment. Then Malik smiled. "One shot, one kill." Juno added, "Target eliminated, recalibrating weapons." Raina didn't smile. She knew this was just the beginning. The Zarkonian fleet started firing. Lasers and plasma beams flew toward Titan, but Titan's shields shimmered and absorbed the blasts. Juno adjusted the shield strength in real time. "No damage," Malik said. "Return fire," Raina ordered. Titan fired again. This time, 2 railguns and 1 plasma turret. 3 enemy ships turned into metal dust. The aliens panicked. "This ship is a demon," one screamed. "They're not primitive. They tricked us. Call for reinforcements." But Titan kept firing. Far from the battle, in Earth's control center, President Torres watched the live data feed. General Harlan stood beside her. "We've never used the full power before," he said. Torres replied, "The galaxy never gave us a choice." Other nations' leaders watched too. From the icy labs in Siberia to underground bunkers in Brazil, the whole planet watched Titan fight. Earth's hope had become real. Back at the battle, the Titan was still holding its ground. But the enemy wasn't done. A new Zarkonian ship appeared. It was massive, twice the size of the Titan. The alien mothership had arrived. "New contact," Juno reported. "Designation: Zarkonian Dread Carrier. Heavy weapons detected." The bridge turned quiet. Raina stared at the screen. "This one will be harder," she said. The alien mothership began charging a large cannon. Energy glowed in its core. Juno warned, "Incoming heavy energy beam in 18 seconds. Evasive maneuvers," Raina ordered. Titan rolled sideways. The massive energy beam shot past it, close enough to shake the ship. "Shields down to 76%, Malik said. Raina took a deep breath. "Charge the Nova rail. We hit them before they fire again." Juno replied, "Charging. 10 seconds." Inside the Zarkonian mothership, Lord Xerix watched the Titan closely. "This ship is not possible," he whispered. "They will fall," said his second officer. but Lord Xyrix was no longer sure. Then came the blast. Titan's Nova rail fired. It was louder, brighter. The beam cut through space and struck the alien mothership directly. The entire left side exploded, but it wasn't enough. The mothership was still standing. Enemy ship damaged but still operational, Juno said. They're not done yet, Malik said. Reyna looked at the damage on her screen. We need more firepower, she said. Juno spoke softly. Captain, there is an option. But it has never been tested. Reyna frowned. What kind of option? A hidden protocol, locked by Earth Command. I can unlock it with your voice code. Reyna looked at the screen, then at her crew. Do it, she said. Juno's systems lit up in red. Protocol Ragnarok now active. Back in Earth Command, alarms started ringing. President Torres stood up fast. They activated Protocol Ragnarok? General Harlan looked shocked. She's serious. She's going all in. On the Titan, strange new panels opened. A part of the ship unfolded. Inside it, a secret weapon began to wake up. Juno's voice was lower now, darker. Charging Ragnarok. Cannon, target locked. Reyna stared at the alien mothership. This ends now. Space near Jupiter burned with fire and broken ships. The ESS Titan floated in the middle of the chaos, still strong, still standing. Alien wreckage drifted around it like metal bones. Smoke and sparks filled the void. But the biggest threat was still in front of them. The massive Zarkonian mothership. It had survived the Nova rail blast. Now it was charging its main cannon again. Inside Titan's bridge, red lights blinked. The crew worked fast. Captain Reyna Ward stayed calm. Her eyes were sharp, her voice steady. Juno, she said. Status of the Ragnarok cannon. The AI replied, 83% charged. Estimated ready in 22 seconds. Lieutenant Malik looked at the enemy on the screen. They'll fire before we do. Reyna took a deep breath. Then we buy time. She stood up and walked to the front of the bridge. Open a channel. Let's talk to them. A few seconds later, the Titan sent a signal across space. Inside the Zarkonian mothership, alarms continued. But suddenly, a human voice filled the command room. This is Captain Reyna Ward of the Earthship Titan. You came to destroy us. You laughed at us. Now look around. The screen showed the destroyed Zarkonian ships floating behind her. You still think we're weak? Reyna's voice was cold. Lord Xyrix stared at the screen. His face was filled with hate and fear. He replied, You are still nothing. We have crushed stronger empires. Your death will be fast. Reyna smiled slightly. We'll see, she cut the signal. Back on the Titan, Juno spoke. Ragnarok cannon now fully charged. Target the mothership, Reyna ordered. Lock complete, Juno said. Fire. The Ragnarok cannon glowed white. Its energy built up like a small star on the Titan's side. Then, boom, a bright beam of pure energy blasted forward. It ripped through space faster than light. It hit the Zarkonian mothership directly in the center. For 1 second, there was silence. Then came the explosion. The center of the enemy ship melted. The blast tore it apart from the inside. Giant pieces of the mothership flew in every direction. Fire lit up the stars. It was the largest explosion ever seen in a space battle. Titan's crew stared at the screen. No one spoke. Then Malik whispered, It's gone. Juno confirmed, Enemy mothership destroyed. Cheers broke out on the bridge. Some crew members laughed. Some cried. Reyna didn't smile. She looked at the screen carefully. How many more are out there? She asked. Juno answered. 32 enemy ships remain. They are regrouping. But something strange happened. The enemy ships stopped moving. Then, slowly, they began to retreat. They're running, Malik said, surprised. Reyna sat down in her chair. They saw what Titan can do. In the enemy fleet, confusion spread. Without the mothership, they had no leader. Many captains feared the humans now. They destroyed the dread carrier, one said. With one shot, another whispered. Retreat, came the final order. Back to Zarkonia. We need reinforcements. Back on Earth, people were watching live. In schools, homes, and city centers, cheers erupted. People danced. Some cried. For the first time in human history, Earth had fought back and won. President Torres stood in front of the world's cameras. Today, she said, our enemies laughed at us, but they do not laugh anymore. The Titan stood alone and lit up the stars. On the moon base, engineers looked at the screen. It worked, one said. Titan held the line, another added. Then someone whispered, should we wake the others? There was a long pause. The commander said, not yet, but soon. He looked at a screen showing 4 more hidden ships, each one labeled ESS Valor, ESS Hammer, ESS Eclipse, ESS Sentinel. Back in deep space, Titan floated quietly. The battle was over, for now. Inside the ship, damage teams worked. Engineers fixed the hull. Crew members rested. Reyna stood near a window looking at the stars. They'll come back, she said softly. Malik joined her. Then we'll be ready, Juno added. The galaxy now knows Earth will not bow. Not ever. But far away, on a distant Zarkonian planet, a dark room glowed with red light. A huge alien, covered in armor, watched the battle recordings. They used the Ragnarok protocol, he said. Another alien bowed. Yes, Supreme Lord, we underestimated them. The giant alien growled, call the others, the full fleet, and release the Black Sun. ESS Titan floated quietly in deep space, far from Earth, far from Jupiter. The stars around it were calm now. The battle was over, but the war was not. Captain Reyna Ward stood alone in the observation deck. She looked out at the stars, but her mind was busy. What aren't they telling me? She whispered. Juno, the ship's AI, answered in its smooth voice. Would you like to access the classified Titan archives now, Captain? Reyna turned slowly. I was never allowed to open them before. Now you are. Reyna walked through a hidden hallway inside the Titan. The door at the end had no labels, no lights, just a flat steel surface. Juno scanned her voice. Captain. Reyna Ward, clearance level Alpha 1 confirmed. The door slid open. Inside was a dark control room. Only one chair, one console. On the screen, red text blinked. Project Titan. Classified level Omega. Reyna sat down. Back in Earth's command center, alarms flashed. She opened the Omega room, an officer said. President Torres looked serious. She has the right. She earned it. General Harlan frowned. Once she knows, everything changes. Inside the secret room, files began to load. Reyna read them one by one. Her eyes widened. Project Titan had started 40 years ago. Not as defense, but as preparation. Earth's scientists had discovered something back then, an old alien ship buried under Antarctica. It was older than human history. Strange metal, unknown language, advanced technology. It didn't belong to the Zarkonians. It was older, much older. They called it the Seed Ship. Humans had studied it in secret. Its systems had blueprints. For weapons, engines, AI, things far beyond Earth's science. Titan was built using this alien knowledge, and more. One file was locked. Juno's voice echoed, Final file requires DNA scan and voice confirmation. Reyna pressed her hand on the panel. The screen glowed. Confirmed, Captain Reyna Ward. Direct genetic match to seed ship signal. She blinked. What? The final file opened. Reyna watched a video. It showed her mother, Dr. Ellen Ward, ASIO, lead scientist on the seed ship project. In the recording, her mother spoke, If you are seeing this, Reyna, then Project Titan has been activated, and you've taken command. She paused, then continued. The ship we found, it wasn't empty. It had something inside, a message, a warning. Reyna leaned closer. They said, "The black sun is coming, and Earth is not the first." The video ended. Reyna sat in silence. For the first time, she felt something colder than war, truth. Titan wasn't just Earth's last defense. It was built for something bigger, something coming. Juno spoke again, softer this time. "Captain, there is more. I have detected a signal in deep space. The same signal the seed ship once sent." Reyna stood. "Where?" "Sector 19, near the edge of known space." Malik's voice came through the comms. "Captain, are you all right? We're getting strange readings from the bridge." "I'm coming," Reyna said. When she returned to the bridge, the screen was already showing something strange, a signal, pulsing like a heartbeat. It wasn't human. And it wasn't Zarkonian. "Is it a trap?" Malik asked. "No," Reyna replied. "It's a call. And I think it's calling us." Back on Zarkonia, in a dark chamber, Supreme Lord Varax stood before a giant black orb. "The humans unlocked the seed," he said. A deep voice replied, "Then the ancient chain has begun." Varax turned to his generals. "Prepare the black sun. Let the old fire burn again." Back on Earth, President Torres stared at a secret map. 4 red dots blinked. Each marked a location of hidden alien ruins: Antarctica, Sahara, Mariana Trench, and Himalayas. She whispered to herself, "We never finished decoding them. But now we must." On the Titan, Captain Reyna looked out into the stars once more. "Set course for Sector 19, she ordered. Lieutenant Malik looked confused. "Why go deeper? We need to return and repair." Reyna shook her head. "We won one battle. But this war didn't start with us. And it won't end here." Juno added, "Coordinates locked, engines ready, beginning faster than light jump in 10, 9. As the stars around them began to twist and blur, Reyna whispered, "We need to find out who built the seed ship before they find us." The stars were different here. Titan had crossed the boundary of mapped space. Behind them was the solar system. Ahead was the unknown. Juno's voice echoed through the ship. "We have entered Sector 19, scanning for alien signal source. Captain." Reyna Ward stood on the bridge, staring at the large view screen. Space here felt darker, heavier, as if something ancient watched them. "Any sign of life?" she asked. Malik checked the data. "No ships, no stations, just debris, lots of it." Juno confirmed, "Detecting wreckage from over 200 different alien civilizations. All destroyed." The crew became silent. Fear crept into their minds. "Something killed them all," whispered Ensign Ray. Reyna nodded, and left no survivors. Titan moved deeper into the sector. They passed ruined ships, floating ghosts in space. Some were burned, others frozen. Some still had alien skeletons inside. "This is a graveyard," Malik said. Juno added, "Warning, approaching unknown energy field. Very old, very strong." A strange light began to appear ahead. It wasn't a star. It was a structure. The Titan slowed down. Before them stood a massive ring-shaped object, larger than Earth's moon. It rotated slowly, glowing with faint blue lines. Juno scanned it. Structure, identified. Age, over 500,000 years. Purpose, unknown. Material, not in human database. Reyna stared at it. "Is this where the signal is coming from?" "Yes, Captain. The signal is inside the ring." Reyna gave the order. "Prepare a small landing team. I'm going down." Malik stepped forward. "You're going personally?" She nodded. "This may be our only chance to find the truth." Reyna, Malik, and 2 others suited up. A shuttle launched from the Titan and flew toward the ring. As they got closer, Strange symbols lit up on the surface. The ring seemed to react to them. Are we being scanned? Malik asked. Juno answered from the shuttle. Yes, the structure is reading our DNA, brain patterns, and memories. Memories. Reyna frowned. Suddenly, the shuttle slowed. A door opened on the ring. They entered a large, dark chamber. Inside, everything was quiet. No dust, no decay. Just smooth, silver walls and glowing lights that moved like liquid. Malik touched one wall. Images appeared. Thousands of alien species, all in peace. Then, war. Fire. The black sun. What is that? Malik whispered. Reyna pointed at a final image. Humans standing in front of the black sun with the seed ship floating behind them. They saw us before we were even born. A voice echoed in their heads. You are late. Everyone froze. The voice wasn't coming through speakers. It was inside their minds. Reyna asked, Who are you? The voice replied, We were the first. We built the seeds. We warned the stars, but no one listened. Malik asked, Why us? Why Earth? Because you survived. The walls shifted. A glowing platform rose from the floor. A sphere of light floated above it. Juno's voice came through again. Captain, this device is a key. It holds knowledge, coordinates, and a weapon blueprint. Reyna walked forward. The sphere floated into her hands. The voice whispered, This is the last gift. Take it. Use it. Because the black sun has awakened. Back on the Titan, alarms started to ring. Multiple warp signatures detected, Juno warned. Zarkonian fleet approaching fast. 10 warships. 1 Dread-class destroyer. In the ring structure, lights turned red. Reyna looked at her team. They found us. Malik asked, What do we do? Reyna held the glowing sphere tight. We run, and we prepare. The shuttle raced back to Titan. As soon as they docked, Reyna rushed to the bridge. Plot a course out of here, Juno responded. Too late. Enemy ships entering firing range. On the screen, Zarkonian ships dropped out of warp. Their weapons powered up. They want the ring, Malik said. Reyna shook her head. They want the secret we found. The ring began to glow again. The center turned into a dark, swirling hole. Wormhole! Malik shouted. Reyna didn't wait. Take us in, now! Titan turned sharply and flew into the wormhole. Just as the first Zarkonian missile launched, the ship vanished into the hole. The enemy missiles exploded against empty space. The Titan was gone. Far across the galaxy, in an unknown region, the wormhole opened. Titan came out, spinning but intact. Where are we? Malik asked. Juno answered, Unknown star system, but safe, for now. Reyna sat down, tired but focused. Scan the sphere. Let's unlock whatever is inside. The black sun is coming, and we need every weapon we can get. Titan floated in a new part of space. No stars looked familiar. The sky was full of strange light, blue clouds, purple gas, and glowing rings. It was beautiful, and very silent. Captain Reyna Ward stood in front of the glowing alien sphere they brought from the ring. The bridge was quiet. Every crew member waited. Juno, Reyna said, begin decryption. Let's see what this thing can do. Juno's lights flickered. Starting now. Warning, power levels dropping. This device is very advanced. It may override ship systems. Do it anyway, Reyna replied. The sphere floated in the air. It turned slowly, shining beams of light in every direction. Symbols appeared in the air. Alien writing, spinning shapes, strange maps. Then came images, weapons. Reyna saw designs that no human could imagine. Ships made of pure energy, cannons that could bend gravity, shields that stopped time. One image, glowed brighter than the rest, a weapon built from light and matter. Juno translated, name, Soul Piercer, class, Planet Breaker, power source, Star Core. Malik's eyes widened. This thing, it can destroy a planet? Reyna nodded slowly. No wonder the Zarkonians wanted it. Then Juno said something strange. Captain, this weapon was designed for humans. Reyna frowned. What do you mean? The original creators of this weapon predicted human evolution. Our DNA activates the final key. Reyna stepped closer. The sphere responded. It opened like a flower. Inside, a small crystal floated. Juno spoke again. Crystal confirmed. It is the heart of the Soul Piercer. With it, we can build the weapon. Back on Zarkonia, Supreme Lord Varax slammed his hand on a metal table. They escaped into the ancient ring and took the key. A hologram showed Titan flying into the wormhole. We must stop them before they activate it, he growled. Send the Dark Vanguard, all of them. Back on Titan, engineers worked non-stop. The ship's lower bay was turned into a construction zone. The crystal was placed inside a sealed chamber. Machines built new modules around it. Part metal, part energy. Reyna watched from a screen. How long until it's ready? Juno replied. 2 Earth days. But we must remain in this system. It has the energy we need to charge the core. Malik asked. What if the enemy finds us before it's ready? Reyna looked at him. Then we hold the line again. Later, in the quiet of her quarters, Reyna watched her mother's old video again. You are the key, Reyna. You and those like you. The seed ships chose humanity for a reason. You adapt. You survive. You don't give up. She closed the screen and looked out the window. We're not just fighting for Earth anymore, she whispered. We're fighting for the galaxy. Suddenly, alarms rang across the Titan. Enemy detected, Juno shouted. One ship, small, fast, stealth class. It's a scout, Malik said. They found us. Reyna replied, we can't let them report back. Titan turned toward the small black ship that appeared near a strange moon. It was fast. Too fast. Fire EMP torpedoes, Reyna ordered. The torpedoes launched. The alien ship tried to dodge, but one hit its engine. Sparks flew. The ship lost power. Prepare boarding team, Reyna said. I want to know what they know. The boarding team entered the dark Zarkonian scout ship. Inside, they found no bodies, just machines. It was fully automated, but in the center, a black sphere blinked red. Juno warned, It's a data sender. It's broadcasting our location. Smash it, Malik shouted. One Marine hit the sphere with his rifle. It cracked, then exploded in sparks, but it was too late. Juno confirmed. Signal sent. Coordinates broadcast to Zarkonian command. Back on Titan, Reyna stood in the command center. Prepare for battle. We don't run this time, Malik asked. What if they send the whole fleet? Reyna stared at the weapon being built in the lower decks. Then we test the Soul Piercer early. Far away, in the deep black of space, Zarkonian ships turned. 20 warships. 2 Dread-class carriers. They moved like a storm, and in the center of them, a new ship, bigger than any seen before. Its name was whispered by Zarkonian soldiers, the World Eater. The space around Titan grew darker, not from night, but from shadows. Zarkonian fleet had arrived, 20 warships, 2 giant carriers, and behind them, something bigger, the World Eater. It blocked out the stars, a floating fortress powered by dark energy. Juno gave the alert. Enemy fleet in full battle formation. Time to contact. 12 minutes. Captain Reyna Ward stood tall on the bridge. Around her, the crew worked fast. Fear was in the air, but so was courage. Status of the Soul Piercer? She asked. Charging 93%. Weapon operational in 7 minutes. Reyna nodded. Then we hold them off. Titan doesn't fall. Zarkonian ships moved like a black wave, their weapons powered up, green lights blinking across their hulls. Malik whispered, "We can't beat them all." Reyna replied, "We don't have to beat all of them, just enough to fire the Soul Piercer." The battle began. Titan fired first. Its main cannons hit two enemy ships, breaking their shields. Zarkonian destroyers returned fire. Red beams cut through space, shaking Titan. Shields at 72%, Juno reported. Inside the lower bay, the Soul Piercer pulsed with light. Engineers worked fast, locking final modules. The crystal inside spun faster, feeding on the nearby star's energy. The weapon was alive. Zarkonian bombers broke formation and charged. 5 small ships came close, launching plasma missiles. "Point defense online!" Reyna shouted. Titan's auto turrets activated. Blue lasers cut through the missiles. 3 bombers exploded. 2 kept coming. 1 missile hit the hull. The ship shook hard. "Shield breach on deck 9, a crew member yelled. Reyna held the rail tight. "Seal the deck. Focus on the Soul Piercer." On the enemy command ship, Supreme Lord Varax watched Titan fight. "They are strong," he admitted, "but they are alone." He raised his hand. "Unleash the World Eater." The massive ship moved forward. Juno warned, "Enemy superweapon charging. We have 3 minutes." "Time to Soul Piercer readiness?" Reyna asked. "Minutes, 50 seconds. Reyna looked at her crew. "Then we fight for every second." Titan launched mines into space. Zarkonian fighters dodged and twisted, but 3 blew up. A battleship turned to avoid debris and smashed into its own destroyer. Malik laughed. "They're too aggressive. They're breaking their own lines." Inside Titan, the Soul Piercer chamber opened. The weapon rose from the floor, shaped like a cannon, glowing white and gold. It looked alive, ancient, pure. Juno announced, "Soul Piercer, online." Reyna didn't wait. "Target the World Eater. Fire when ready." Zarkonian ships noticed too late. The cannon began to glow, brighter than a sun. The stars seemed to pause. Time slowed, and then a beam of pure light exploded from Titan. It wasn't just light. It was truth, memory, and power, all in one. The beam hit the World Eater's core. For 1 second, everything stopped. Then, boom! The World Eater cracked like glass. Fire and energy burst from its center. The shockwave hit its own fleet, crushing 5 ships instantly. The rest turned. They ran. Back on the Titan, silence returned. Reyna breathed hard. Malik looked at the screen, where now only debris floated. "They're running," he said in disbelief. "We did it." Reyna nodded slowly. "No, you did it. All of you." Back on Zarkonia, Lord Varax stared at the screen showing his broken fleet. He whispered, "What have they become?" Titan floated quietly now. Juno's calm voice spoke. "Enemy retreat confirmed. No threats detected. System safe. Reyna." Looked at the stars. "How many others are out there, Juno?" "Unknown. But with the Soul Piercer, Earth now has a voice in the stars." She smiled slightly. "Then let's speak loudly." Later, Earth received a full transmission. People all over the world watched it. Reyna's voice came through. "We were attacked. We were outnumbered. But we stood. We fought. And we survived. Humanity was underestimated. That mistake will not be made again." People cheered. In streets, in homes, across colonies. Titan had become a symbol of hope, of power, of survival. In deep space, the Soul Piercer rested silently. Its crystal pulsed once, then again, as if waiting. Because the black sun still lived. But now, humanity did too, and it was ready.